I'm glad that I did this video because 13.7 BR was driving me crazy. I played like 40 matches with the F-15C MSIP 2 and I already can feel the difference in my mental health. But let's talk about the game. The F-15C used to be the best plane if it comes to the BVR until they introduced the F-15E. So you know, it's much more superior right now. So don't get me wrong, F-15C is still probably second best plane for BVR on top tier right now, but the gap between this plane and the E variant is just too deep. The C version just don't have this brutal speed and power of engineers, so you can't rush at enemies and sling your missiles from 20 km distance, where for basically every other plane at the altitude of 7,000 meters, for example, this distance is just no escape zone. Unfortunately for F-15C, it's no escape zone as well, as I said. So now, when the sky is dominated by F-15Es, you have to play a bit differently and also a bit safer than before. As I said, this plane is still competitive in a good heads obviously, so not mine, but I tried and got some footage, maybe it will help you, and I'm gonna try to explain everything that I'm gonna be doing in this video. But before the actual gameplay, let's take a look at the weaponry and pros and cons of the F-15C Eagle. When spaded, you can take various options of air-to-air missiles, starting with the AIM-9Ls and Sparrows and ending of the AIM-9Ms and AMRAAMs. I'm not gonna talk about AIM-9Ls and Sparrows because no one will take them on spade obviously, unless you are suicidal. So you can take 8 AIM-120s, but I prefer to take 7 of these missiles and 1 AIM-9M just in a case. For the ground attack, you have insane amount of 250 LB bombs, 500 LB bombs, napalm, fire and forget guided 2000 LB bombs, and you can obviously mix them all together in custom load. But I'm not playing tanks and I think that everyone can bomb the bases on their own, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this section. For the cannon, you have old good Vulcan with 940 rounds as far as I remember. For this, obviously air targets are the most efficient belt. Also, you can take 3 of external fuel tanks, which I wasn't using in basically any of my matches. Let's look at the flight performance. The F-15C is really fast plane, especially at altitude, so that's why it is still competitive in BVR fight. The ability of carrying 8 missiles like M120 is helping a lot. The acceleration is decent, just like turning capabilities. Plenty of ammo for the gun and 240 countermeasures, it's really okay. Also, we have a HMD, which is really useful for closer engagements. If it comes to the radar, basically all modes that you would expect, like TWS, all aspects, pulse Doppler and other. Unfortunately, this plane is still much slower and it's losing much more speed while turning compared to the F-15E. Because of obviously much more weak engineers and you know, so dogfighting isn't the best idea. Okay, so finally I can say something which is not scripted and you know, you will see me, you are actually seeing me flying in a straight line, flying on the right maximum, basically. This is maximum range on this map you can go, and I'm doing it because, well, I don't want to be, you know, strafed by 7,000 AIM-120s because it's, you know, kind of wasting my time to actually fly straight and try to, I don't know, notch them while there's 10 missiles on me, and it's not really interesting to watch. Anyway, I'm gonna show you 2 matches. They are the most average matches on top tier that you can get. They are not really high kill games, both 4 kill games, but I think it's better for newer players to actually show the average match, to actually show them how real it's gonna be looking. And it's not that beautiful that you're gonna get 7 kills basically every game because, well, you know, it's top tier. So, you know, it's not that beautiful. And you can see me killing the Su-34, sorry, and I actually fired the 2 missiles at him because I thought the first one is not gonna hit, but it turned out it hit it, so I kind of wasted one missile, but don't worry, we have 3 of them more. And the another kill was the F-14A, which was flying too high at the ground. You know, it's not really great idea to fly too low to the ground, or because today you can actually get killed by the missile, and it's not, if you don't really have to be hit by a missile like right into your plane. The missile can actually explode at 20 meters in front of you, and it's still gonna kill you or severely damage you, because you know, the multipath, lowered multipath was a really great change, because who's gonna disagree? Yeah, and I'm joking, sorry. And you know, there's another example of people which are flying too high. You know, it was like he was on like 200 meters above the ground, and this missile, this is basically the worst altitude that you can actually fly at, because you are too high to actually get missile multipathed, and too low to actually notch the missile or react in time. So I think the best altitude for you to actually fly is about from 4,000 meters to 7,000, because if it comes to the F-15C, obviously, because at higher altitudes you might not get that much of a engineer thrust, so it's gonna be only worse. It still doesn't change the fact that the F-15C is at this point second best plane if it comes to the BVR, and you know, they just announced that there will be the Eurofighter and Rafale and Su-33, as far as I remember, and it's gonna, I don't know how much it's gonna be impact on the F-15C. Some people told me that Rafale might be now better than a F-15C, still worse than a F-15E if it comes to the BVR, obviously. But I don't know, I'm not really into the modern jets, so we will just see. And you know, before you saw me slinging missile and something which was on my radar, and you know, it was another missile, so I kind of wasted another missile. And that, as you can see, that was the perfect example that flying low to the ground is not helping you at all, because this guy was like 10 meters above the ground, and we still got killed because the missile just splashed, damaged him out of the air. And now we can on the city map, which is really small at top tier, so you are not gonna be that you're not gonna get that much of an altitude. So I'm just gonna go sit at this 5.5 kilometer and sling some missiles, fire some missiles at enemies, and actually pray for getting some kills. And if it comes to the MRAMs, it's really great to actually, you know, using it at more than 30 kilometers range is kind of a useless, because people will probably you know, turn or notch it or accidentally chaff it or something. As you can see, this guy, you know, he thought that he is gonna defend himself by missile without any chaffing or whatever, but you know, at this point it was too late. And I was going cold, which means I'm literally flying away from the missiles that was coming into my direction. So I'm flying cold, so I'm flying into the other direction, because I don't want to use too much chaffs, and also I want to run the missile out of its energy, so it's never gonna get me when I'm flying like 1600 kph. And as you can see, we got another severe damage on the Su-27. And you know, you want to be kind of at this second line of your team. You don't want to be, you know, for any cost, you don't want to be with the, at the first line, because every missile will be going for you. You want to be, you know, on the second line. I forgot the word, sorry guys. But it doesn't really matter. You just want to be behind your teammates to actually support your team and prevent enemies for getting altitude. So, you know, it's a superior, it was the superior something aircraft, I forgot, as I can say, as I said, I'm not really that much into new jets era and whatever, so I might have made a lot of mistakes in this video, so sorry from advance, I'm really sorry. But let's look at the another guys. I was flying into the kind of a furball that created those like 3-4 guys in front of me, so I was like, I'm gonna engage them. I have the altitude, I have the missiles, I have everything that I need to get some kills. And we killed the Su-27, the first missile that was fired at him. He probably notched it or something, I don't know, it couldn't kill him, but it doesn't matter. We killed another guy, and that's all. That was the normal match you will see. So yeah, see you and thanks for watching.